Welcome everyone. Given the current COVID-19 pandemic, I thought it'd be useful for me to share some of my tips to cope with working from home. I'm currently an IT service manager as well as doing this YouTube channel, and that means I regularly engage with customers and internal personnel. I have been able to work from home in the past, but this COVID-19 pandemic means that a lot more of us have to do it, and so I just thought I'd share some useful tips for how I've done it in the past and how I'm coping right now. Currently I'm living in a house 5, which is quite a full house considering the size of the house, as well as 2 very active, very loud puppies, which can make the situation quite difficult. So like I say, I've got 10 tips to deal with things like that. So let's get into it, starting with number 1. Taking regular breaks throughout your day. Now this is such a simple thing to do, but it's something lots of us forget about, especially we have busy days, on calls constantly, and constantly answering emails. Before you know it, hours are passed by, depending on how busy you are in work. So it's really important to still take regular breaks in order to support your mental health and, of course, keeping focus on your work. There's advice out there that says you should take at least a 5-minute break every 45 to 60 minutes. And now, I know this can be difficult if you've got lots of calls, but be sure to, even if on call, stand up, stretch yourself out, and just give yourself a break from sitting in that sedentary positioning as well. It's all about mental and physical well-being during work from home. Next up, one that I think a lot of us will forget about, and I don't mean in the context of your work and being on calls for meetings, but stay off your phone and stay off social media, because it's very addictive. Knowing that can really affect your well-being and your mental well-being, because if you're constantly checking up on things, constantly checking what people are doing, 1, you're distracted, and 2, you feel like you need to be up to date. I'm as guilty as anyone for this. Obviously you pick up your phone, you don't even know why you picked it up, and before you know it, you're on Twitter just scrolling, not even really reading the tweets. I know lots of people that do that with Facebook and different things. It's really important to not get distracted, not feel like you need to use social media to keep yourself distracted. Just get on with your work, put your phone down, put your phone away if you have to, and only use it on breaks if you really want. Number 3, again, another simple one, simple but often missed, is make a to-do list and stick to it. Having a to-do list can keep focus on the tasks at hand. It can mean you have a purpose throughout your work. You're looking for things to do, you have that to-do list, and everybody sort of gets a satisfaction from ticking or crossing something off a list. So make sure you do that just to give yourself a bit of structure to your day and, again, focus and motivation throughout your work day. Number 4 is using music to keep focused. So I don't know if you're noticing a theme throughout this, but it's all about staying focused. There's so many distractions that can happen when working from home. And so music can be a thing to sort of keep you focused, keep your mind occupied by listening to the different tunes. It's very likely that the music you need to listen to focus won't be the sort of music you usually listen to. There's certain piano techniques or things. If you search something as simple as yoga music on Spotify, it's really relaxing and it helps you focus very, very much, a lot more than if I was to listen to some the usual hit music, it can really help you focus on the tasks at hand and keep you busy. This is a big one. Number 5 is finish when you should and put the laptop away or switch off your computer, whatever you have to work on, put it away. Now that is such an important thing. Even just seeing the laptop or seeing your computer can keep you sort of on edge and less relaxed. I know from experience. I'm currently staying in my bedroom, and it's also my office, and I have to put that laptop away, otherwise I feel like I'm constantly on the clock. And so make sure when you finish, you don't stay on the clock, you log off, and that's that for the day. There's so much I know from experience that when you are constantly on, the laptop's there, you feel like you don't need to switch off, and sometimes throughout the day you avoid doing tasks and then you just pick them up later on, but then you have a full day of work and you never switch off and never able to chill. So just stick to what you need to with that to-do list that I mentioned in one of the points, and when it hits 5 o'clock, if that's your finishing time, switch off your laptop and computer and just be done with it for the day. That being said, number 6 is all about creating a workspace at home. Obviously a workspace gives you that sort of environment to help you keep focus and supports the routine of work like you would in an office. You have your space and that's your working space. It's really important though, like I say, to switch off and just maybe if you can have a separate room for that workspace, that'd be great. Obviously that'll then help you switch off from work when your day's done. But yeah, it's really important to have a workspace though, just so that you can have that sort of environment where you can, that's your workplace, you get to work there and you stay focused. In terms of supporting, a normal routine that you would do in your office, a lot of these sort of do that, but the biggest one is to get ready for your day. I know from experience, that you don't have to get up and ready as quickly. You don't have to travel into work, for example. So you decide to, have an extra half hour in bed. And as tempting as that is, by not having that time to get up and get ready, and yes, you don't have to do travel into work, but your brain switches on. And by having that extra half hour in bed, it means that maybe you even log on when you're in bed if you've got a laptop, and then eventually get up and get ready. But that means it takes you an extra half an hour to an hour to get up, get your brain going, and that means that you lose an hour of work, and that can be quite costly depending on your job. So yeah, make sure you get a routine. You keep getting up if it's 7:30, 8, get up, shower, eat, have a cup of tea, have a coffee, and get going with your day. Another one in terms of supporting well-being, number 8, stay in contact with your colleagues. It's clear from this experience that many organisations have started to use Skype, Teams, Zoom. Make use of these communications tools, not just for meetings, but to check in with colleagues like you would in the office. Have virtual lunch catch-ups. It's really important to maintain social habits during this current period of lockdown. And number 9 is another obvious one, but you need to accept that there will be distractions in working from home. Of course, there's going to be things such as doorbells ringing, dogs barking, kids playing up if you've got kids. Just accept that that's going to happen. A lot of organisations have accepted that already. I know in my organisation they've put communications out about it to sort of, not that certain colleagues might be fussy about it if they don't have kids or that sort of distraction, but a lot of people are understanding about it now. So one, don't feel like you need the absolute silence. Don't feel stressed or pressured for that. If kids playing up, but also, just accept it from other colleagues as well, and don't worry about it. Exercise. I personally have started running, which obviously has its many health benefits. So exercise has never been so important right now, especially if you're in the UK and you're listening to this, you're only allowed one exercise a day currently. Make it count and just go out and clear your head. It makes it so important. When I get back from my run, get back to work, because I usually go for my run in my lunch break, I'm so much more focused and ready to get back to work. So obviously these were my top 10 ways to work from home, sort of in general and also in the lockdown. Your mental health and physical well-being is so important at times like this. So let's stick together and get through it. And yeah, make sure to take those regular breaks and just be fair, and everyone's in the same boat. So don't feel pressured about certain distractions or noises, but keep focused on working, and we can get through this. Of course, let me know what you think of this video. It's very different to what I usually do, so I'm interested in see what you've got to say in the comment section. And what are your tips? Have you got any other work from home tips? How are you doing during the lockdown? And yeah, how do you keep lockdown interesting? It's quite difficult when you're just stuck in a room, of course, but yeah, I'd love to hear your stories and ideas. So remember to like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to comment, and I'll speak next time.